You know, devotees of Sai Baba find great peace in meditating on his form. They close their eyes and picture him, seeing his kind face and his gentle smile. This mental image, it's not just a picture, it's really a bridge, connecting the devotee's heart directly to Baba's infinite love. Many people keep a photograph or a small statue of Baba in their homes, and they look at this image every day. It reminds them that Baba is always with them, watching over them like a loving parent. This practice of seeing and remembering, it helps their faith grow stronger with each passing moment, turning a simple picture into a source of immense spiritual strength. Baba had a special way of sitting that his followers remember with great reverence. He would often sit with his right leg crossed over his left thigh. This posture, you see, is not just a simple way of sitting, it holds a deep meaning. It is a yogic posture, a sign of a master who has complete control over his body and mind. For his devotees, seeing him sit this way was a powerful message. It told them that by following his path, they too could gain control over their worldly troubles and fears. Meditating on this very posture brings a sense of calm and stability, a feeling that with Baba's grace, any obstacle can be overcome. Shirdi was a small, quiet village, but it became a great pilgrimage center because of Sai Baba. People from all walks of life, from the richest to the poorest, traveled there to seek his blessings. Baba was not just a teacher, he was a living God to them. He was full of love and wisdom. He spoke in simple words, often using parables and stories to explain the most profound truths of life. He taught everyone to have shraddha, or faith, and saburi, or patience. His presence made Shirdi a place of miracles, where the impossible would happen every day, all guided by his compassionate hand. The stories in the Sai Satcharitra, the holy book about his life, are a testament to his divine power and his deep care for his children. These are not just tales from the past, they are living lessons that guide us even today. They teach us that faith is a shield that protects us from all harm. When we surrender completely to Baba, he takes all our burdens upon himself. He knows our past, present and future. He knows what we need even before we ask for it. Every story is a reminder that his love is boundless and his protection is absolute, reaching across time and space to keep his devotees safe. Balasaheb Mirikar, a district officer, was a devotee of Sai Baba. He was once transferred and had to pass through Shirdi on his journey. Before he left, Baba gave him a strange warning. He told him to be careful and not to get down at a particular place called Chitali. Baba insisted he should go straight to his destination without stopping. Balasaheb did not fully understand the warning but trusted Baba's words completely. He followed the instructions carefully, remembering the divine command. This simple act of obedience was a test of his faith, a demonstration that listening to the Guru is the highest form of devotion. On his journey, as his horse-drawn cart or tonga approached Chitali, something happened. The driver stopped to feed the horse. Balasaheb, remembering Baba's words, stayed inside the cart. He did not step down onto the ground. While he was waiting, he noticed a snake slithering near the cart. It was a venomous serpent, hiding in the grass where he would have likely stepped. He realized immediately that Baba had foreseen this danger. Baba's strange instruction was not a random command. It was a divine shield that had just saved his life from a fatal bite. Another devotee, Bapu Saheb Bhuti, also experienced Baba's protective grace. He was in Shirdi, living in a small cottage. One day, an astrologer visited him and gave him a frightening prediction. The astrologer told him that on a specific day, he would be bitten by a snake and his life would be in grave danger. This news filled Bapu Saheb with immense fear and anxiety. He could not eat or sleep, and the thought of the prophecy consumed him. The fear of death is a powerful force, and it had gripped Bapu Saheb's heart, making him forget the powerful protector who was right there in Shirdi. Bapu Saheb rushed to Sai Baba and told him about the terrible prediction. He was trembling with fear. Baba looked at him with great compassion and laughed gently. He told Bapu Saheb not to believe the astrologer's words. "What can the stars do to the children of the fakir?" Baba asked. He told him to cast away all fear and to trust in him completely. Baba's words were like a soothing balm. He assured Bapu Sahib that he would protect him. This promise from Baba was more powerful than any planetary alignment or dark prophecy, filling Bapu Sahib with courage and renewed faith. Amir Shaka was a devotee from a place called Korale. He was suffering from a severe illness, a painful condition with boils all over his body. Seeking a cure, he came to Shirdi and decided to stay in the Chavadi, a public rest house where Baba often slept. For 9 long months, Amir stayed there, placing his faith in Baba's healing power. He followed Baba's instructions, applying the sacred udi or ash from the holy fire. The Chavadi was not just a building, it was a sacred space charged with Baba's divine energy. Staying there was a form of continuous prayer and surrender. One day, Amir felt a little better and grew restless. He thought he was well enough to leave. Without asking for Baba's permission, he decided to return to his village. He quickly packed his belongings and hired a cart. This was a mistake born of impatience. He forgot the most important lesson, saburi or patience. True healing, both physical and spiritual, requires complete surrender to the Guru's timing. By deciding to leave on his own, Amir was stepping out from under Baba's direct protection, thinking he knew better what was good for him. As soon as he left Shirdi, his illness returned with great force. The pain was worse than before. Amir immediately understood his grave error. He had disobeyed Baba and acted on his own impulse. Filled with regret, he turned the cart around and rushed back to Shirdi. He went straight to the Chavadi and fell at Baba's feet, begging for forgiveness. Baba, ever merciful, did not scold him. He simply smiled, his forgiveness flowing without words. Amir understood that true safety and well-being lay only in staying close to the Master and following his guidance. That very night, as Amir slept in the Chavadi, a long, dark snake slithered silently towards him. It was a deadly serpent, moving in the darkness. But Baba was awake and watchful. He saw the danger approaching his devotee. He picked up his stick, his ever-present companion, and tapped it loudly on the ground. The sound alerted everyone, and the snake was discovered. It was caught and taken away, and Amir's life was saved. Amir knew that this was no coincidence. Baba had not only healed his body, but had also protected his life, teaching him an unforgettable lesson about the power of faith and the danger of impatience. Hemad Pant, the blessed author of the Sai Satcharitra, also had a personal experience with Baba's protection. One evening, he was sitting in his room in Shirdi, reading a holy book. The scripture was so engaging that he lost all track of time and his surroundings. His mind was completely absorbed in the sacred words, a state of deep concentration that is itself a form of meditation. He was sitting on the floor, his legs stretched out, unaware of the world around him. This deep focus on spiritual matters opened his heart to receive Baba's grace in a very direct and tangible way. Suddenly, as he was engrossed in his reading, his hand moved unconsciously. It fell upon something small and alive on the floor next to him. In an instant, he felt a sharp, stinging pain. He had been bitten by a scorpion. The pain was intense, but his first thought was of Baba. He immediately realized that even in this moment of crisis, Baba was with him. The incident was a stark reminder that physical dangers can appear at any time, even when we are engaged in a pious act. However, for a devotee, such events are never random. They are part of a larger divine play. The scorpion was there, but the bite was not fatal. Hemad Pant understood that Baba had protected him from a much worse fate. Perhaps it was his karma to suffer a snake bite that day. But due to his devotion and Baba's mercy, the destined snake was replaced by a small scorpion. The pain was real, but the danger to his life was removed. This is how the Guru works. He does not always erase our karma, but he often lessens its impact, transforming a great calamity into a small, manageable trouble. Baba's grace acts as a filter, protecting his devotees from the full force of their past actions. Through these stories, Baba also taught a valuable lesson about how to treat other living beings, including snakes. He advised his devotees not to kill a snake unless it posed an immediate threat. He explained that all creatures are part of God's creation, and each has a right to live. He said that God is the ultimate protector and we should trust in him. This teaching shows Baba's profound compassion for all life. His message is clear. Live with faith, not fear. When you surrender to the divine, you are always safe in the loving embrace of the Sadguru, who watches over every step of your journey.